Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome back.
Yes, nice to be here today.
It is. I think we have a thought-provoking topic.
Yes, we love those thought-provoking. Yes, we
Mhm.
this sort of I can't say it completely came out of the blue yesterday. So let's set this up just a smidge.
Okay.
Yesterday I have we have an advanced group of students that we get together with. Yesterday, and they don't show up every week. There's always a different combination of I don't know how many of us there are anymore.
I don't know.
I know, 10-ish, maybe. I don't know.
I don't
And
know.
anyway, so there was a small group yesterday. And so instead of breaking off into smaller groups and doing some more work, we decided to all stay together and channel different ascended masters.
Mhm.
One of them, because I'm not gonna spill the beans. She knows who she is. She had this amazing she listened to one of Fred's meds like she does every week, and she was kind of dumbfounded about this meditation. We were dying laughing because the messaging to us was beyond clear what it
So
was.
clear.
It was so
Crystal
clear. And
clear.
she was just like, I didn't understand what was happening. We were just dying laughing. And it happened I can't tell you how many times. Now, when we had our space, we would have meditations and it was really dark because we'd like to keep it dark. But Mari-Lyn and I could still see each other looking at each other for laughing at people and not laughing
Yeah.
at them. I shouldn't say that, but it's because they'd go, I don't understand. And then they would tell the story of their meditation, and it was
Like,
so clear. It's so funny.
yeah.
So laughing in a very, in a nice way. But that was her yesterday.
Yep.
So one of the people that showed up it's one of her main guides that she now knows she's known Mother Mary or Virgin Mary, whichever way whatever verbiage you want to use for that, for her, has always been one of her guides, but she always sort of negated it.
Mhm.
When you grow up in the Catholic Church or any sort of church, and you decide to sort of leave that church, you place certain characteristics or boundaries or whatever on those saints or whoever it is, whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway, so it became very clear yesterday. Yes, she is absolutely your beautiful, amazing guide. And
Mhm.
anyway, we decided as the group, there were four of us, let's go ahead and channel messages from her. So we each, which is a really fun thing to do.
It really is a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Everyone,
fun. It's very enlightening.
oh,
Uh, It can get pretty deep.
and what's so fun is each one of us gets a different message, but as soon as each one of us tells the message, they all go together so
They
beautifully.
they do.
It's amazing. It's like we all just sat and listened to one,
Like
like,
to all to the same
yeah,
person.
yeah. Like we just sat and listen to her give a speech is
Yeah.
what that, oh,
Yeah.
that's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so much fun to do that. Yeah.
It is.
So, Mari-Lyn, we were talking today, and all of a sudden she went, oh, ding. She said, wait, when we channeled Mother Mary yesterday, what
Yeah.
we were talking about. So go ahead and what happened?
Yeah. So um we were were we talking about my upcoming trip at that point?
It's possible.
Um I think we were, and talking about who who am I going to show up as?
Yes. Yes.
And Pam said something about being the light that's within me, and I went, "Wait a minute.
Yes.
Channeling Mother Mary yesterday, she said, be the pillar of light that you are and that they deserve.
Yes. Yes.
Be the pillar of light that you are and that they deserve. And it struck me very deeply yesterday, and I kind of convoluted it a little bit.
Yeah. To make it fit some adopted thinking.
Yes. I twisted it into saying I'm obligated to them to be a pillar of light.
Right. And nope.
That is no.
No.
I'm not.
No.
I am obligated to myself
Yes.
to be not a pillar of light, but to be that light that I am.
Yes.
And they deserve it too.
Yes.
Pam deserves to see me stand in the pillar of light that I am.
Yes.
Just like Pam owes it to herself to stand in her pillar of light.
Yes.
And I'm deserving of seeing it.
Yes. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yes. And I would assume, your husband does as well. Probably he and I are probably the two that see it more than anyone else does. The real you, that light within you, that your soul speaking with, everything else sort of cracks open and it's put away or falls off, and there you stand.
Yeah. Not too many people see.
No.
I don't allow people to see me.
And I'm going to add, well, two things. One is we need to open space because people love that.
Yes,
but
we do.
Two, even people out there, I know when you're listening to this, you say, oh, well, that's true. Only my partner sees it, or only my, and I'm going to question you on that. I'm going to push back on that. Because you can be vulnerable with someone. You can allow someone in, the people in your home obviously are probably going to be the ones that see it before anyone else, but that still doesn't mean you're being truth of who you are. Yeah. So should we open space on that note? Or do you want to say something first?
No, let's open space, please.
All right. Do you want to, or do you want me to?
And if you are driving, please pay attention to driving.
Yes.
Allow the grounding to happen, but focus on your driving, focus on whatever task is at hand, please. We want you to be safe.
Yes.
And then when we get back to just talking, you can
listen,
but still focus on what you're doing, please.
Yes. And I'm so happy that thank you, Spirit, for remembering that, because we have many, many, many people have told us how much they enjoy when we do that.
When we open space. Yes.
Yeah. How much more you get out of, it's not just what we're saying. We're opening this space to Spirit, so you get your own messaging, even if it's not exactly what we're talking about.
Right. It triggers messaging in a beautiful way. Because triggers can work, in every way.
Yes. Beautiful.
If you would open space, it would be wonderful.
All right. We ask to open this beautiful sacred space around everyone listening, no matter when you're listening. We're all here together. We ask Spirit to bring in the beautiful vibration of love, understanding, openness, truth, communication, honesty. Okay. We ask to open this space around each of us, as well as each of us being within our own space, our own divine line. We ask for our bodies to ground, to be present, that all of the puzzle pieces that make up our puzzle come together, ground us, to release all the stress and worry, to release the extra thoughts, the spinning thoughts, the old stories we tell ourselves. We ask to take down our brain, take us out of the reactionary part of our brain into our frontal lobe, which is reason and thought. We ask to be there. We thank everyone as we welcome in all of our guides, our angels, our guardians, all of our spirit helpers into this space. We ask that it's held at that of love. As we move forward in this conversation, I set the intention that everyone receive exactly what they need today from this podcast. And we sit here in such gratitude and appreciation for everyone, no matter what dimension you're in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so who am I? Right? Is that kind of where we were?
That is exactly. Who am I really? Who am I as I stand in that pillar of light?
Uh-huh.
Because we all are a pillar of light.
Yes.
Every one of us.
Yes.
But how willing are we to stand in that light and to be who we are?
Yes.
Because it kind of takes a little bit of work to figure out who we are.
Yes, ma'am.
It does. And honestly, I'm still uncovering who I am.
Absolutely.
I'm still uncovering her because I hid her away for so many years.
Yes. And covered her up with a bunch of stuff.
Covered her up, tried to bury her, tried to drown her.
Yes. 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 Literally.
Literally tried to drown her by crawling into the bottom of a brandy bottle.
Right. Yes.
And
we know that didn't work out well for you.
It did not work out well for me.
No.
And, I had agreed with you that you and my husband are the two people that mostly get to see who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little embarrassed to say I still hide who I am from my husband sometimes.
Sure. We all do.
Man, I just got hit with those of you that are listening right now. There are times that you see more of the real me than I even allow my husband to see. Yep, go with it.
If I can
go with it. Yep.
I think that's so true because of what we do. It's because of what we do for a living, which is not who we are, right? We are psychics, we are mediums, we are spiritual teachers, we are healers, all of that, the all dimensions healers that we are is what we do. Does some of that filter through to who we are? Sure, but it's not. That we have to separate that. You and I spend so much time with our healing, with who we are and what we're doing. It's bound to I'm bound to see more of that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And there's a real Now, there's no doubt how much your husband loves you. There's no doubt on this, proof at all. And the
Right.
relationship that you two have, um, and I'm not sure what I'm getting right now. So this might take a minute. I
Oh,
don't know why this feels, I think I'm afraid to say something.
oh,
Is that what it is? Being
I
afraid
don't,
to say
may,
something?
maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
And this isn't coming necessarily for Mari-Lyn. This is coming through for everyone. That those relationships, no matter how long we've had them, we have created a persona.
Yes.
Breaking that down after so many, and you've been together for what, almost 40 years, right?
Uh, I have known him for over 40 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Just 30 on my end with my husband. Just over 30. So there are patterns that we get into,
Hmm.
right? And when you know someone that well, you know what they're going to do. Pretty much you do, right? I mean, it doesn't happen often that our spouses, after this many years, actually shock us or surprise us with
Yes.
behaviors.
True.
I mean, it
True.
just, and so what I'm being shown is just this, you do show him a lot of who you are, but it's that, not but, and, or whatever, I don't know what word to, is that, it's that mundane, everyday Mari-Lyn that seems so boring. And I think that's for all of us, even me.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I think he probably does see that more than you know, or you show it to him, or you are there more than you know.
Yes. And thank you for saying all of that, because while I don't show him some of the rawness of
Yes.
who I am,
Yes.
he still sees it
Yes. Yes.
because he knows me so well. And,
Yeah.
after 40 years, I am clearly not the same person
God, I
that I
hope not.
was.
Oof.
Neither is
None of us
he.
are. Right.
Um, but in a long-term relationship like that, there's this there's that boring factor, that mundane
Mhm.
factor that happens
Mhm.
over time, to
Ugh.
where you don't see each other. You don't see
Right.
who that person really is anymore, because it's just become so
Yes.
every day.
Mhm. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Same can be said for just family.
yes. Right. And
Yeah.
and there's also, I hate that glare on my glasses. That drives me insane. I know, when I'm doing that, yeah, there's just nothing I can do about it. It's just the
Nope.
way my desk is set in here, everything. So so seeing, so when we talk about who am I, it is not Pam the psychic, or Pam the medium, Pam the grandma, Pam the wife, Pam the friend, Pam the whatever, whatever, whatever,
Nope.
whatever.
Nope.
It's, so that's why it's so hard to define, because that's how immediately humans want to define
Mhm.
themselves. Who are you?
Right. By
Well, I'm a
what
wife and a
they do.
mother and a grandmother, and I do this weird paranormal thing, but that's not really who I am. So
No.
how do we define who we are? How do you put that into, that's a really hard thing. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep,
I
it is.
think one of the things that's coming is starting with, what is a soul? because that's where I'm going to, or that's who we really are, is that soul within this body, right? Or is it not?
It is the starting place.
Okay.
Because the soul interacts with the humanness.
Yes.
And our human emotions
Yes.
and ideals.
And
by ideals, I mean what we truly believe, not what we believe because somebody told us to believe it.
Right.
Those beliefs that we don't even want to tell somebody because we're afraid we're going to be wrong.
Yes. Yeah. And what comes is that when we're opening space, and the truth came in, but then honesty came in at the end.
Yes.
That being honest in all ways about you, even, I can think of, I might walk into a room of people I don't know, I might suck in my stomach, or I might, straighten out this, or comb my hair, or put on some lipstick, or, that's because I want to present myself in a certain way. That's not who I am. That really isn't who I am. That's that picture of me, or that's that persona of me, or whatever that I want. And I want to step out on in a good light. But that's really not, like at that moment, maybe I did. I mean, I have fuzzy gray hair, and I have, but I don't want to show that all the time. My poor husband has to see it, but with the big hair explosion, that's what he calls it, because my hair,
you have
beautiful
gray hair. You have beautiful gray hair.
Thanks, but it's still gray hair, and it's fuzzy and wiry and weird, and I lose it like crazy.
It is.
But so our soul is that piece that is always connected to spirit. That soul is that piece of our higher self that resides in this body deva,
that is connected. That is connected not only to spirit. I want to say what's coming. It's also connected to our breath.
Ooh, I like that. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is our breath. It is our breath. Yeah. When we stop breathing. Yeah. So that brings up this wonderful point. So, like, you'll see, my kids never did this, but I've seen in movies, like, I'm gonna hold my breath until whatever, and and because your body won't allow you, your soul is not going to allow you, your body, your soul, whatever, it won't allow you to hold your breath.
Right. You hold your breath until one of two things happen.
Yes.
You give up and you breathe again, or you faint and you breathe again. Right.
So
that's your two options.
Yes. Yes.
That's what's going to happen. You're either going to quit and breathe, or you're going to faint and breathe.
And you do not, your deva does not die until your soul leaves your body. It's said, done. Even when you're on life support, they're keeping your body, they're keeping your body alive, like science can do these days now. They've got you on, whatever, keep your heart going, whatever, your brain dead, whatever. You're not truly, so they can keep, they can, I suppose, keep your body going. But if what's coming is, so they're saying that I'm right, because that was what I heard. It's when your soul decides to go, but science can keep you, so they can keep you alive like that, and you can go, and you're but you can still be alive with being brain dead. You can still be, it is the point when your body leaves. Now your body they have those out of body experiences, but that's because it's not your time to go. But we don't, that soul, even that, no, I'm even getting, there's still always a piece of your soul that's going to be, there's an energetic piece that's always in this body until that exit point is there and you cross over for real.
Until the last breath, there is always a connection to the soul?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but you could even stop breathing for a while and then you go brain dead. So there's always an energetic piece that stays with your body. Because I know this sounds really convoluted. I've never thought of it before. That's why it's coming out. So I'm channeling at the same time that I'm sort of talking.
Sure. And I have to say, right now, my channel's closed. I am extremely 3D because I have a human experience that I have a question about, and I can't in this moment.
Go ahead, ask.
I have always believed, and I've never been able to ask about this. I have always believed that my mother's soul left her body, I want to say a day and a half before her body actually died.
And she had dementia, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, we talk that would be a yes and a no. So there is going to be, what's coming through is there's going to be an energetic piece that is always with your body until you make that decision. I'm done. I'm gone. This life is over. I no longer want to be here. I'm getting it. Yes, your mom, the conscious, there it is, the conscious spirit of who we are, the conscious soul piece yes, she left, but it wasn't her exit date. It wasn't time.
There was still,
yes, because there was something that still needed to be done. Yes, a connection with the body deva.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I have never been able to open myself up enough to receive clear, unquestionable answers to that. So thank you.
Yeah. Does that land?
Absolutely lands. I can see it as I look back. I can see that connection. In those last 24, 30 hours. I can see that.
And we've talked about this before with dementia, with Alzheimer, any of those dementia type illnesses. We are way out of our body a lot more than we're in. The conscious part of it that we were just talking about, we're working on our karma, we're learning our lessons, we're healing shit, like we're getting stuff done.
So much time with spirit in that realm of spirit.
Yes.
They really do spend a lot of time. Yeah.
But always have, some people like call it the silver cord or whatever. I'm not sure if that, but we're always connected until we decide this lifetime is done. I know, and that is our choice. This lifetime is done. I don't want to be here anymore. Yes. And sometimes physicians will keep our body devas going a lot longer than should be. Yeah. Or family does because they don't want to let go.
Right.
Yes. Because there are those crazy, this person's been in a coma for, whatever, however, these really long time, and then comes back. So they're really hoping for that.
Right.
Yeah, but that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that soul piece, that conscious spirit, that is who we really are. That is that piece of us that I'm sure other people have felt this too, is when you feel like you're inside your body, this body looking out. Do you know that feeling, Mari-Lyn?
I do know that feeling.
Yeah. I love that feeling.
Yes.
That's that conscious spirit of ours.
That is that conscious spirit.
Looking out of this body deva, like where kind of that deja vu thing that is almost happening to me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just talking about who we are. Yes. So who am I?
Well,
that's a tough one. It's hard to answer.
It is hard to answer. I am. So every time I start to say who I am, who I believe I am, I have to think, okay, is that really who I am? Is that what I am? Is that what I want to be?
Right.
Because I want to say I am a compassionate, I am a compassionate soul that wants everyone to feel peace.
Yes.
That's who I am.
Yes. Right.
I am a big ball of compassion that just wants every other soul to feel peace.
Yes. Yes. That loving, generous, giving, forgiving soul. Yeah, that's really, I think, at least what we strive to be, right? How can I even see out of these glasses? So not only is there a glare, but you look and they're so dirty. And the human gets in the way. The human can really get in the way because humans, we have anger, we have guilt, we have shame, we have frustration, we have jealousy, we have all of those lower vibrational things
that we are supposed to have.
That we are supposed to have.
Absolutely part of being human.
Yep.
And the trick is how to maneuver through them to allow our soul to take precedence.
And you're going to have human days because you're human.
Yes.
So let's not forget that. Even though, we're just talking about how would I describe who am I? And I could say, and I am someone who gets frustrated sometimes. Right?
Okay.
So there is that human piece of
there is us. Even my human self, I'm very compassionate.
Yep.
And I very much want everyone to feel peace.
Yep.
And
yes,
I want to be recognized for it.
Yeah. Boy, that's honest. Whew. Yeah.
That is part of who I am. I want recognition for being loving and kind and compassionate.
Yes. And that lends to what you came here to do. So what we came here to do is part of who we are, right? You came to have that wounding. Every person on this planet, I don't give a crap who you are, where you came from, whatever the hell, you're here to find self-love.
Yes.
And we never get it 100%. We come, we trying to find our value. This is where what you do for a living means crap, means poo.
Our
means
value?
shit. Yes.
Yes.
Means shit. It's really kind of it's about how we treat others, how we stand in who we are. That's really who we are, right?
And
not being a hypocrite.
do we allow ourselves to stand in who we are?
Right. Yes.
Because
that can all be part of wounding.
oh, absolutely. I think as young adults, we generally don't allow ourselves to stand in who we are because we're so wounded.
Yes. Yes.
That we think who we really are is so bad, so awful, because we're not taught as children,
right,
to embrace who we are. We're taught as children who we should be, how we should be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do something, you make a good play as you're playing sports, or you sing well, or you dance well, or you whatever, you get all the praise in that time for those things.
For just those things.
Yes. Yeah.
And
yes.
Excuse me. Because children aren't typically,
right.
If you're one of these parents that praises your children, I'm not talking about you.
Right.
But typically,
although there's overpraising, but go ahead.
Well, that was my next thing. That children aren't typically praised for just being.
Yes.
It's the exceptional things
yes.
that get praised. I am not a fan of I am not a fan of not keeping score when you're playing a game.
Huh?
Children's
you want to
game.
keep score.
I think keeping score is a beautiful way to show children.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I was struggling with how to say it. Do I even say this?
Right.
Do I bring this up? Because it's a
no, absolutely.
It's kind of a volatile topic, or at one time it was.
Yes.
Sure, giving everybody a participation award, sure. But it's okay to give an extra award for someone who has excellence. An excellence award, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But that person that gets the excellence award, is that the only time that they are praised?
Seen it a million times. As we know, my husband was a coach for a lot of years. Basketball, baseball, football.
Right.
And you always knew and felt sorry for those kids. That's the only time anyone, I can think of one specifically, is when my kids were in high school. And the only time his family showed up for him was for a basketball game. And they clapped for no one else but their kid. They didn't, not the team, not the anything. It was all about their, and I always felt so sorry for him because he really believed that's all he was good for. And so then he would try super hard and overdo it, like become a non-team player because he was trying to get his needs met with his family.
Overcompensating.
Oh, yes. And so it was really, really sad. And you see that with anything. I mean, you see it with grades, you see it with music, you see, there's all sorts of ways that shows up.
And kids will overcompensate.
Sure.
Yeah. Because society has dictated that we only give praise when something is well done.
Yes. What good, whatever the hell that means.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I can remember. Yes, I'm going to tell this story.
Yes.
My great niece, just starting first grade. This was a while ago. Just starting first grade. And she couldn't read. She just started first grade.
Right.
And she says, I'm born in the wrong family because I can't read.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, oh no. Yes.
Well, you know, she just started the first grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't read.
Right. Well, they have really high expectations now.
Yeah.
Really high, like just cool your jets, people.
But I thought it was interesting that, and there was no reason in the family unit that she should feel that she doesn't
Right.
belong because she can't read.
Right.
But there was something that she felt so disconnected because
Yeah.
she couldn't read.
Right.
And I have no idea why she felt that way.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
at that age, she's not even going to be able to.
What's
tell
coming
me.
in is that they put them in the classroom, they put them in groups on your skill level.
Ah,
And she wasn't in the group with maybe some of her friends or someone that she's,
Right.
or the teacher said, this is the group that can read the best, and this is the group that need, you know what, it like sort of specified.
mhm.
Yeah, because there should be no, and
It could
yeah,
be, yeah.
yeah, and not that
Yeah.
the teacher meant it anyway, but yeah.
No.
Our baby. Yes.
I don't know if that was pertinent to this, but it's yeah, it came to my mind, and I
Yeah.
so I did. So
Yes, absolutely.
um yeah.
Yes, but and that leads to me being a grandmother. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be a grandmother again. Yes, yay! My grandson's going to have a brother or sister, and I'm super excited. Don't care which, of course. Just want
No.
a little stink to be healthy and know his or her Nona. But how do I show up for my grandchildren and teach them or praise them for being them, teach them that they are beautiful, they are unique in their own way, and it's really, that's a hard
It's
thing.
hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. I'm facing the struggle of going to visit my family.
Yeah.
And they have, forget the adults, the children, you know, the about to be 16-year-old, she has seen me change throughout her life.
Sure.
She has grown up growing through my transitions. So she probably sees me the clearest
Sure.
of anybody.
Sure.
But then there's the younger children.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of struggling with, how do I show up and just be me, not be who they've always thought I was?
Aha. Interesting.
Yes, because they've not seen me as I am, as
Mhm.
I stand in my light today.
Right.
They've gotten glimpses of her,
Mhm.
but they've never really experienced me. Because
Mhm.
what can happen, even though we do heal and we change and we evolve and we expand, when we step into an old situation,
Oof. Yep.
we revert.
Yep. Yep.
We revert back into who we
Yep.
were
Yes.
when we were in that situation all the
And
time.
what the people in the room expect us. Like
Yeah.
they're expecting a particular person to show up, and we do.
Yep.
That energy. It's that
They are
family
expecting
bonds are. Ugh.
they are expecting auntie that has
Yep.
very high expectations.
Yes.
They're expecting Auntie, who has very little wiggle room,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
with
Boundaries.
a lot of things,
Boundaries, but
with a lot of boundaries.
Yes.
And while
Yeah.
while the boundaries I hold today are so different,
Yes.
but I don't need to be angry in holding boundaries today.
No. No.
And they have witnessed an Auntie who held her boundaries with anger,
Yes.
frustration
Yes.
that shows up as anger, I'm going to say. Not violent anger,
Right.
frustrated anger.
Yes.
And I so desperately do not want to revert into that person.
Right.
'Cause I'm not that person anymore.
No.
I've closed the book on that person.
Yes.
And
Woo! Praise Jesus.
yes, I want to remember that I've closed the book on that person.
Yes.
And I want to embrace the person that I am today.
Yeah.
I can
As
hold
well you should.
a boundary and a vibration of acceptance, of tolerance, of honest,
Mhm.
um
And you worked really hard.
I
to get
worked
here.
really hard to get here. Yes. I want to show up with the unconditional love that I feel in my heart.
Yes.
I want that to come out through my voice,
Mhm.
through my actions, and through my vision
For yourself, though.
for
It
myself.
has to be for yourself or it's not going to hold. You're going to get convoluted, right? You're going to get
Yes.
There's going to be some convoluted thinking here about how I'm really showing up or not showing up, or do I do this or do I do that? But when we
why am I
stand,
doing this? Why am I?
yes,
No, for me, I want to show up as me, for me,
yes,
so I'm not in a constant battle with
right.
myself.
Because when you stand in that honesty,
Yes.
when you stand in that honesty, there's no battle. What are you battling? You're not battling.
There is no
anything.
battle.
No, no battle.
There is no battle.
Mm.
Yeah. And it sounds like it shouldn't be a struggle.
Right. But
but it is. It really is.
especially. Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm sorry. Oh.
No, I think what you were going to say was more important.
Well, I was just with that battle. What happens sometimes, or showing up in that honesty, if you have, like, your family is going to accept you, but not every family is.
Right.
I have, as we know, I'm estranged from my family. Yes, go ahead.
I remembered what I was going to say, and it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
So part of the struggle, right, is I have shown up attempting to stand
Yes.
in who I am.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
I was doing it for them. I wasn't even doing it for them.
Yes.
I was doing it for my ego, because my ego wanted them to see. My ego wanted the praise for them to go, oh,
yes. I think there's bright light walking in. Yes.
And what happened, this I hope I can verbalize this well. What happened was, oh, don't say that. Auntie's going to yell at you.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah. I know that one. When you've healed some wounding, and I know I've said this before, we healed some wounding and my kids go,
yes.
Like they wait for mom to freak out, and mom didn't freak out, and they're like, whoa, mom, that's awesome. Like you used to get, and I'd be, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Like, when you heal that wounding, you really do almost, and in some situations, you just forget how that wounded you.
Yeah.
Because once you heal it, you're really standing in the truth.
In the truth.
There is no your truth, his truth, their truth, blah, 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 blah. There is truth.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do stand in that truth, you really can forget how you reacted or acted before.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the vibration that I was in, because I was not standing in who I am for myself.
Yes.
Which means I really wasn't standing in who I am.
Right. Right.
I'm on edge. And when I heard that, it was so cutting.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
To where if I'm standing in who I am, mm-hmm. and I'm being honest, mm-hmm. and I hear something like that, I can go, oh, wow, you're right. That old auntie would have yelled at you for that.
Yes.
But you know what? That's actually kind of funny. It might be inappropriate. But
yeah. Now,
and trust me, old auntie, there's so much that was inappropriate. Like, sure. Gag me. Yeah.
Well, we chose a life, didn't we?
Oh man.
Now with my family, so there are people that tell me it's your family, you need to whatever. No, I don't need to do anything. I had to walk away to save myself. I had to walk away to heal. Mm-hmm. And there is so much healing that I would not have been able to do because sometimes with families, the one like mine, there are boundaries set. You have to be, I have a role in the family and I have to be in that role or they do not accept me. So I've stepped out of that role. So they're not accepting. So right. I had to get out to heal, to be me. Every once in a while, I step a toe in there to see, like with my nieces, kind of what's, going on. It has anything changed, and it doesn't feel like it. So I don't want to be, I don't care to put myself into a situation where I'm standing in who I am and the people around me are judging me or getting angry, making fun of me or whatever it is. Like that does not sound like a good time to me. Right. It just doesn't. If you're going to, like your family, I believe you shift, and it, like every good family, they end up shifting too and coming around and accepting you. Like my personal family, my husband, my children. Right. That's what they do. But I'm talking about my extended, the siblings and everything. I have no interest to try to make that anything. I wanted to make that clear because it feels like there was someone out there that was like, oh, so should I just go back and try to be who I am? Well, sometimes families throw up roadblocks and they don't want you showing up any other way. Right. So should you show up as yourself? Absolutely, 100%. For yourself, though. For yourself. For yourself. Yes. And if you can handle all those daggers being thrown at you and whatever, woohoo. But I don't want to be around those people. Who wants to be around someone that really is waiting for you to be human to drag you down? Yeah. Right? I don't want that. No. And, unfortunately, their journey, their wounding keeps them at those roadblocks. Yes. And that's their prerogative. Something came in a little earlier when talking. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. Okay. Spirit was really clear about this, and it never occurred to me. When we were talking about, what we do for a living isn't who we are. Okay. But that's not that I have, damn it, I have to backtrack on that. I have to step back and say, nope, I was wrong. When they were very clear with me. Yes, did you have something to say?
Go ahead. You're going to
Okay.
answer my questions.
They were very, very clear with me. You and I have done the most work at being who we are when we walk into a paranormal situation. You are the most compassionate, the most love, right? It makes you want to cry. That is who you, and I am too. We stand in that light of who we are. And really, and when we don't, we get our ass kicked. And let me be clear about what having your ass kicked means.
Yes.
Having your ass kicked means they drain your energy and we don't get them to the place that they need to be.
Yeah.
That's having your ass kicked. It's not a fit. I have never been beat up. I've never been like, I've had a push, I've had a whatever, but that's not like, it's not a 3D beat up like someone's taking their and pounding the crap at it. That's not an ass kicking. An ass kicking is I didn't stand in who I was and I allowed that person to take that entity to take all of my energy from me.
Yes.
And they didn't get the opportunity to cross over. So I want to be really clear about that.
For me, I hate to use the word fail. However, failing the entities, failing that earthbounder, that's more of an ass kicking.
Oh, it hurts.
The energy drain. Yeah, that sucks.
It hurts. Yeah. There is guilt there when that happened. It does not happen often, thank goodness. It hasn't happened in a very long time.
Very long time.
Thank goodness. That's part of just doing it as long as we've done it. Yep. But they were very clear when we show up, and here's one of the reasons why. Especially the darker entities that I work with, and because I work with them, Mari-Lyn has to work with them too. Lucky her. They spot your wounding, your insecurities, your traumas, your fear. They know almost immediately what those things are, and they use it against you. So you have to show up as honest as possible. You have to show up in that light. Yep. Even when I've had people comment on this, when there's a dark entity, a much lower vibrational entity, they will do one of two things. They either they know coming in that I'm the one that's going to be taking care of them. I don't have to say anything. They know that. The chicken shit ones, sorry to say, but it's true, will go try to manipulate Mari-Lyn. That's what happens because they're too chicken shit to come at me straight on. There are those ones that come at me straight on. The head on. Woof. They're coming for me. They're letting me know who the big dog is. There's a pissing contest right away. Yep. And even with that, though, even when, because if you've watched our videos, you've seen me where I've stared at, we make eye contact and I follow them around. They're pacing in front of me. They're circling me. They're trying to intimidate me. I am standing completely in that honest piece of who I am. The reason that I'm staring at them is to put my boundary down, to say, this is who I am. But I always still stand in love. Always, always, always. So that was the vision that they gave me of when they're circling me and I'm standing there. As soon as I decide that I'm scared, that I'm gonna beat your ass or I'm gonna whatever, I might as well pack it in right there. I've lost. So I can't. So I have seen you so many times. Your compassion is off the charts. Your compassion is, that's what you're meant to do, is to help those people. And that's what meant, there are There are, we walk in the house and earthies are like, oh, she's sending me over. Please go. Like, whoop, they're gone. They want to leave right now. They don't want to talk. They don't give. There are those other ones, though, that need that time to talk. They need that time. And I'm like, oh my God, can you just send them over? I get so impatient. That's not, and it's not, that's why they don't come to me, because I don't have that, because that's who you really are. You really stand in that love, and you have that patience and that kindness and that compassion that really you really want to hear about them and hear them. And that's part of why we make such a good team, because we each do something very different.
Very true. Yeah.
Anyway, I had to say all that because that was really a revelation when I got that. We are truly who we are when we go into that paranormal situation and we stand there completely vulnerable and honest. And this is who we are. And we have to. We have to. And we've learned that we have to. If we could take that and transport us or transplant whatever into other situations.
Right?
Wow.
You know what?
And it never, to be reckoned with.
It never dawned on me that's that is the epitome of who I am when I'm standing there. No wonder I love my job so much.
Right, me too.
To just be me.
Yes.
Yeah, I get to just be me.
Yeah.
So,
and not only get to, sorry, but I have to say it again. You have to be.
I have to.
You're right. You do not show up honestly. Game over.
Game over.
Game
over. I have been jumped. I do not want to be jumped again. No.
So someone tried not long ago.
Someone did try not too long ago. I was like, what?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes, I get a text from her. And Mari-Lyn, as you know, I'm the potty mouth. Mari-Lyn is not. But I believe in that you were like, son of a bitch trying to jump me. It's like, she's bad when she throws in a curse word. I use them all the time for everything, but she does.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You stopped him. Not happening.
I don't curse as much as I used to. Oh man, I used to I put you to shame. Oh my goodness. Every other word out of my mouth.
Brandy talking.
Woo-wee. But yeah, you're right. I did almost get jumped, and I put an end to that.
Yep. You stopped that right away.
Yeah.
And that's also part of sometimes you have to learn from that ass kicking, or that, I would say getting jumped is an ass kicking.
Absolutely. That is a big ass kicking.
Yes.
My ass, that's for sure.
Yeah. And you drained you immediately. You were zombie-like for
hours.
And sometimes that's how you learn. And doing it for as many years as we have, and I'm also going to say we're also very protected. Even with that jumping, you were still very protected. But we have to know what to do. Sometimes you have to get kicked to know that it hurts.
Yes.
And to know what to do the next time.
Yes.
Differently.
Learning through experience is really sometimes the best way.
Yes.
The absolute best way.
Yeah.
The best way. So
yeah. Yes.
Now that you've brought illumination to me that
thank you, Spirit.
I am standing truly in who I am in those times of working with the paranormal.
Yes.
I'm thinking to myself, why is it so scary to be that every day in my everyday life?
Yeah.
Why is that so difficult?
Yeah. Don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I wish I knew how to answer that, but I don't.
I feel like right now in this moment, I am standing in who I am.
Agreed.
I have that soul heart connection I can
Yes.
feel
Yep.
right now. And what the hell?
Right, yes.
What's
It's hard because we're
what's so
human.
scary about this? What's
I
so
know.
hard about this?
We can't hold that vibration forever. And
No.
not every situation feels right for us to be in that energy.
But I want it.
Of course.
I want to.
So do I.
I want to live my life as I feel right now.
Yes, it'd be beautiful, wouldn't it?
I feel
Yeah.
as perfect
I have a bit of a headache. I think it's
as
from,
I could. I
Mhm.
do too.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not. I kept putting kind of my glasses. For those of you watching, I've been taking my glasses kind of off and on.
I want to say it's the vibration.
It could be.
I want to say it's the vibration. Mine is pretty flip
Flipping
it high.
Uh-huh.
But I really do want to. I want to. This is my expectation.
Yes.
And y'all know
Y'all.
expectations are
Uh-huh.
expectations are no bueno.
No.
No,
they're
and I need to drop the expectation that I can even maintain this throughout my day, because otherwise then I'm going to be beating myself up like, well, why can't you?
Yes, that guilt or that shame comes in later. The judgment, I guess, really.
The judgment. And I'm so done judging myself.
Oof. And we shouldn't. That's so painful. It's so it's just not, and it's not constructive. It's not, there is you don't have to go to judgment. You can, think about something that you've done. How can I do that different? And sort of go in that direction. I can't think of the word I'm searching for, as opposed to, because judgment can be so harsh.
So what's coming is there are times when we have to make a judgment.
Yep.
We have to make judgments of things and situations.
Yep.
But when we become judgmental,
yes,
when there's emotion attached to it,
yes,
that's so harmful.
Very harmful.
To ourselves, usually to someone else as well.
Yes, I used to be such a big gossip. And that was just, it was rotting my soul. It was rotting me. That's all. And it's really, I guess when I say that, like rotting my soul, that's not who I am. And that hurt my soul. It hurt me.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was just, it erodes everything. And the people that I'm talking about or was talking about is so ugly. It's ugly for them too, because they do receive some of that energy.
They do.
And it's not pretty. And yeah.
They do. And I love that you said, even though you were a gossip, that's not who you were.
Correct.
What we do.
Oh, I know where you're going. Yes.
Is not who we are. What we've done.
Right.
Our past, the way we've acted.
Right.
Yes, I was a drunk, but a drunk isn't who I was. It's not who I am.
Right.
I was a drunk because I was trying to hide who I was.
We've talked about this. When you see, we all have like that one person who freaks out over something, or that really angry person in your, oh, that's just who they are. No, it really isn't. That's a sign that there's something going on, that there's some trauma there, and that's the way it gets expressed. That is not who they are. That is not who they are. We are not who we are truly. There is no low vibration in that.
No. So what's coming to mind is an overactive child. And, like exuberance, like they have so much excitement and so much energy, and everything they do is joyful. Yeah, maybe it's loud, but it's always It's always with a high vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Now you take that same child and that exuberance becomes very inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
It starts putting a little bit of anger into it. There's some acting out within it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign clearly that something's going on with that child.
Yes.
But sheer happiness, joy,
Oh, that
tons of
giggle.
energy.
Oh, when kids giggle, that's one of my favorite things in the world. Best sound ever.
I know, parents do the best they can with what they have.
Yep.
I know my parents loved me,
Yep.
and I know that by them shutting down my exuberance, they did not mean to make me feel less than.
Correct.
But it happened.
And as we know, when we have children, we're still a pretty wounded person.
Yeah.
20s and 30s, you're still a pretty wounded person.
Yeah.
You really are. And you're running off that wounding.
Yeah.
And so you are, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't even as we know, you don't even realize you're doing it. You don't know. Like for a year, I've talked about it. I used shaming language, and I didn't realize, I think I was like 50, or I was over 50 when I went, oh dear God. Oh my God, all the shaming. I was shamed. My mother, it was like this thing that ran through the family, and that's how and it never occurred to me. And no one ever said to me, wow, that's kind of shaming language or something, because it's so acceptable to use shaming language.
I actually heard a mother say to me, that's how you parent.
Ouch. No, that is so hurtful.
She believed it though.
Yeah. Well, I think we're taught that. Yes.
Yeah.
How dare you do that? Of course, that's a really
shame on you.
Shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all kinds of, when you do that, it really hurts your family. When you do, there's all kinds of ways you can feel that shame in it. Yes.
Oh my
God. Right? You can kind of feel that come up in your throat.
Yes.
That was always my mother's. What you disgraced this family.
Ooh.
Oh, you ran the family name through the mud. That sort of thing. Yes. We all know that she was batshit crazy, but I didn't know. But it's still, I had to be raised by a batshit crazy mother. Yeah.
You did. You had to. You had to.
Had no choice.
You signed up for it, kind of.
I know. What was I thinking? Yes. And the same woman, the same spirit who's been in many lifetimes, who has killed me, who has come into be, the spirit that is my mother, this soul that is my mother, has been with me in many lifetimes, and she's like the mean one. If I need someone to be really nasty and mean to me in a lifetime, I call on her. I call on that spirit to come in and be that one. Yes. I don't know the why, but yes. Anyway,
because that's just the way it works.
It is. Yes.
I want to say that while you were talking, the spirit that was my mother has just come in, and
I love her.
Yeah. Just,
hi, Mom.
She basically said, I love your exuberance, and you've always known that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
There was an apology. That absolutely she wasn't trying to shut me down, just quiet me down.
And our wounding gets in the way of being able to appreciate that sometimes, with children. Yeah.
So,
oh,
thanks, Mom. I have not felt my mom in a while, and so that was pretty awesome.
Well, standing in who you are, my friend.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Should we this is a good place to leave it. I do want to ask actually ask everyone a question. And
Yes.
hopefully this is thought-provoking for each of you. Who are you? And when are the times that you are the most you?
Yes.
Yes.
When do you take the opportunity to really stand in who
Yes.
you are?
Yeah. And do you know, like, we didn't know it until Spirit said, paranormal dum-dums. Right.
Never
No.
crossed my mind. But as soon as you said it, it's like my eyes welled up with
Yes.
tears. It's like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
That gives me chills. And I
And
want to see that more. And
I am getting a kind of a vision
uh-huh.
of how I can do that more in my day-to-day life.
Yes.
And it absolutely starts with being grounded.
Yes, ma'am. Grounded is very
Being
helpful.
grounded.
We do. Now, I will say also when we show up, when we come into these podcasts, anytime that our videos, well, I'm not going to, our podcast and our latest videos, the last however many months we've been doing the clearing videos.
Yes.
And has been the most us, but we do try with our podcast to show up as honestly as possible.
Yes.
Yes. When we first started our channel with the reaction videos, we were not always us. We held back. We were afraid of being too mean.
Oh my God, I was terrified to even speak.
And I'm over here, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, I swear there are some videos where I'm just sitting there. I might, say a word or two, and then you'll say, Mari-Lyn, what do you? Oh,
It's been a big learning curve for both of us to do this.
It has.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun, though.
A lot of fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I don't regret a minute of anything we've done. No, it's all been fabulous. And you all are so amazing. Yes.
So amazing.
Yes.
So grateful. When I think, really, look at all these people, because we have what do they call them? The analytics of our channels.
Which I never look at, but you tell me about it, so I don't just.
I look at them every once in a while, and I see people from all over the world.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, Spirit.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's truly our people. You're all our people. You're not, we are, we have a client that says that we're edutainment. So we're education and entertainment. Yes. And yeah, but
yeah,
I hope this was thought-provoking for everyone. I do want to say something too about, before we go, I know I mentioned it, but the Fred's meds, I know that they can be like, sometimes you come out of a Fred's meds and you're like, oh, I didn't get anything from it, or you'll always get something. I promise you. Because I do get emails or people say to me, I don't think I got anything from that, or I was really frustrated, or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Keep at them, keep doing it. And all of a sudden the meditations will make sense to you. All of a sudden you'll go, oh, I see what these are all about. I get that.
Yes.
And each one is so different. Yes.
So different. Fred's meds are a beautiful way to begin to step into who you really are.
Oof. Yes.
They really are. And if you come out of one of them, and you're really angry.
Yep.
Even if you're angry at Pam for doing it.
That's happened.
It's actually a good thing. That is a good thing. And I urge you, please keep doing them.
Yes. There is a reason that you're feeling any way that you're feeling. Even if you come out and you're like, I have no idea what that was. I got nothing out of it. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Truly did. Even so, just showing up with the intention of, I'm just going to be here for my highest good. I'm just going to sit here and just allow the meditation to just take me wherever it's going to take me without no expectations, just for your highest good. Yeah, keep doing them. They really are, they can be life changing if you allow them to be.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we talk for a minute about sleep? Because I have a client who told me the only chance that they have to listen is at bedtime. And they've stopped listening because they go to sleep every time.
And I say in there, don't go to sleep.
Yes. Right. And I told them, please, keep listening. And I asked, so when you do fall asleep, how is your sleep? Best sleep I ever had. Okay. So maybe you are really needing restful sleep. And this meditation is allowing you that.
Yes.
So
I will change my verbiage with.
I think I did convince this person to continue to listen. If that's the only time you have, that's the only time you have. It's okay.
And spirit will bring you exactly what you need. So the reason that that I say that Fred talks about, both feet on the floor, sitting up, don't lie down, because when you lie down, you fall asleep. The reason for that is so you can process the information, you can get the clarity you need. When you fall asleep, you don't get the clarity from it. But it doesn't mean that you don't get the information. It's in there. It's just not in the forefront for you to process. So falling asleep is absolutely fine. Whatever you need to do. It's just, not it's just, whatever. It depends on what you're looking for with them, I guess, with the meditations. Yeah.
If your time allows you to do it not laying down.
Yes.
It's most beneficial.
We had a woman who used to come to our the live meditations that I did. She had cancer. She was in pain, so much pain. And the high vibration that was in the room, she had no pain the whole hour and a half. Because there were an hour and a half. We did more than one. There were like 3 in a row. And she would also sleep. That was her time when she would actually get sleep. She didn't have to take medications or anything when she came in. It was beautiful. So they really, whatever you need to get from them, you're going to get. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And it's better to listen and sleep than to not listen at all.
Yes, absolutely. And those are just on the YouTube channel, the Conscious Spirit podcast. We don't put them on just the this one.
Right, on the streaming podcast, wherever you listen to it.
Correct. That's it. Yes. Yeah. We don't have them there.
Only on YouTube, because you cannot be doing something, driving, operating machinery, cooking, sewing, anything that you have to focus on and listen to one of these meditations.
And most people, when they're watching YouTube, they're not just listening. So that's why we put them. Yeah, we put them there. So well, thank you everyone for showing up today. We are TCS Everyday Psychics.
Yes, we are.
And because we are everyday people, we're normal. We're not the
whatever normal is.
Psychic. Yes. Yes. And you can find us at TCS Everyday Psychics if you'd like to know more about us and know what services we provide. On YouTube, we are TCS Everyday Psychics. That's our more paranormal channel. So thank you so much for showing up. We're so grateful to have you.
Very grateful. Yep. We appreciate you all.
And please leave comments and send emails. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Ask questions.
We want to know, when do you find yourself standing in who you are?
Yes.
We really want to know.
Would love to hear that. Would love to hear it. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.